In the vast expanse of the cosmos, where countless species vie for dominance across galaxies, humans stood as an anomaly, a peculiar race from a blue-green planet on the fringes of known space. Unlike the warriors of Zoreth, the hive-minded collectives of the Nebula clans, or the emotionless logic-driven synthetics of the Core Alliance, humans possessed a trait that defied the cold calculus of interstellar politics, an unwavering capacity for deep, monogamous love. This wasn't just a biological quirk, it was a force that bound individuals in ways that could topple empires or forge unbreakable alliances. No other species treated their partners with such fierce loyalty, such tender vulnerability. Males and females alike formed bonds that lasted lifetimes, mourning betrayals with a pain that echoed through their art, history, and very souls. It was this discovery that would unravel the fragile peace of the Intergalactic Society Empire headquarters, IGSE. Starting with one unlikely union, Tasha Zorathian was the epitome of her people's warrior ethos. Hailing from the storm-swept world of Zoreth Prime, where crimson skies thundered eternally and survival demanded unyielding strength, she embodied the unemotional precision of her race. Zorathians were polyamorous nomads, their society matriarchal yet devoid of sentimental attachments. Partnerships were fleeting alliances for breeding or battle, dissolved without regret when utility waned. Love, as humans knew it, was a foreign concept, a weakness to be excised like a faulty implant. As the supreme commander of the IGSE, Tasha oversaw a sprawling network of diplomatic outposts, enforcement fleets, and intelligence webs that spanned 1,000 star systems. Her reputation preceded her, a towering figure with iridescent scales that shimmered like polished obsidian, eyes like twin voids absorbing all light, and a voice that could command armies or silence councils with a single syllable. She had risen through the ranks by outmaneuvering rivals in the brutal arenas of Zoreth, where debates were settled with plasma blades as often as words. Empathy was a liability, calculation was king. Tasha's days were a regimented blur of strategy sessions, threat assessments, and executions of imperial edicts. She had cycled through dozens of partners, male warriors valued for their genetic prowess, dismissed when they no longer served her ambitions. Affection? It was a myth from lesser species, a distraction from the eternal war for galactic supremacy that all changed during the annual Convergence Summit on the neutral orbital station of Nexus 7. Delegates from across the Empire gathered to negotiate trade routes, resolve border disputes, and forge tenuous pacts against common threats like the encroaching void swarms. Among the attendees was Adam Harper, an unassuming linguist from Kansas, Earth. Adam was no warrior, he was a professor of xenolinguistics, invited as a cultural consultant after Earth's recent induction into the IGSE as a probationary member. With his wire-rimmed glasses, rumpled flannel shirt, and a perpetual smile that crinkled the corners of his eyes, he looked utterly out of place amid the armored envoys and holographic dignitaries. His role was simple: translate nuances of human idioms that baffled automated systems, ensuring no miscommunications sparked interstellar incidents. Their first encounter was mundane, born of necessity. Tasha's team was decoding an encrypted message from a rebellious fringe colony, and the human elements, slang from Earth's Midwestern dialects, eluded her translators. "Explain this phrase, kick the bucket," she demanded, her voice a low rumble that vibrated the conference table. Adam, seated at the far end, chuckled softly. "It means to die, Commander. But it's not literal, more like a gentle way to soften bad news." Tasha's head tilted, her scales rippling in confusion. "Why soften? Death is efficient. Directness honors the fallen." Adam leaned forward, his eyes meeting hers without fear. "Because we care about feelings. Humans don't just fight or conquer, we connect, we grieve." Over the next week, their interactions deepened. What began as linguistic consultations evolved into late-night discussions in the station's observation lounge, overlooking the swirling nebula clouds. Adam spoke of Earth's history, of Romeo and Juliet's tragic devotion, of soldiers leaving letters to loved ones before battle, of everyday couples building lives together through joy and hardship. Tasha, intrigued despite herself, shared tales of Zorathian conquests, where loyalty was to the clan, not the individual. But Adam's stories stirred something dormant in her, a warmth that defied her conditioning. He didn't see her as a conqueror, he saw her as Tasha, with vulnerabilities beneath the armor. By the summit's end, Tasha was transformed. In a private moment amid the hum of the station's life support systems, she confessed, her voice uncharacteristically soft, "Adam Harper of Kansas, you have awakened a force within me I did not know existed. You will be my life partner. Not for strategy or progeny, but for this." She placed a clawed hand over her chest, where her dual hearts beat erratically. Adam, stunned but reciprocating the inexplicable pull, nodded. "I'd like that, Tasha. More than anything." Their courtship was a whirlwind, defying galactic norms. They navigated cultural chasms with patience, Adam teaching Tasha the art of holding hands, a gesture Zarathians found bafflingly intimate, Tasha showing him Zarathian combat forms, adapting them into playful dances under Earth's moonlit skies. They married in a hybrid ceremony on a neutral world, blending human vows of "till death do us part" with Zarathian oaths of shared strength. The Empire watched in stunned silence as news holograms broadcast the event, the indomitable Commander Tasha, kneeling before a human in a simple suit, exchanging rings forged from meteorite alloy, their union bore fruit in Matt, a hybrid child whose existence challenged biological precedents. Born after a gestation blending Zarathian incubation pods with human prenatal care, Matt inherited his mother's scaled resilience and his father's empathetic eyes. His skin shimmered faintly, a mosaic of human flesh and iridescent armor, and his mind bridged worlds, intuitive in battle strategy yet profoundly compassionate. The Ix's reaction was seismic. Whispers rippled through council chambers. How had a mere human ensnared the galaxy's fiercest warrior? Probes were launched, scientists dissecting human psychology through archived Earth media, romantic epics like Casablanca, historical sagas of enduring marriages amid wars, even pop songs lamenting heartbreak. The verdict was revolutionary: humans were the most affectionate species known, their monogamous bonds a evolutionary superpower. In a universe of transient alliances, humans' loyalty fostered innovation, resilience, and unbreakable units. Literature brimmed with tales of sacrifice, parents shielding children from harm, lovers defying odds. To the Empire, this love was akin to a psychic force field, stronger than any shield generator, yet, not all celebrated. Factions within the Igsa decried it as peril. Love is a virus, argued High Vizier Krell of the Synthetics, his metallic frame whirring in agitation. It corrupts logic, turns warriors into sentimental fools. Imagine armies swayed by personal bonds rather than orders. Others saw opportunity. Harness it, whispered spies from the Shadow Cabal. Use human attachments as leverage, hostages in diplomacy, bait in espionage, psychological warfare to fracture enemy ranks. As rumors spread, the galaxy polarized. Diplomatic envoys from distant systems, the ethereal floaters of Andromeda, the burrowing miners of the core, flocked to Earth, eager to study this emotional anomaly. Tours of human landmarks ensued, weddings in grand cathedrals, family reunions in Kansas cornfields, museums chronicling love stories from ancient myths to modern holodramas. Some visitors experimented, forming tentative bonds with human counterparts, only to find themselves altered, their cold pragmatism softened, but danger loomed. Traditionalist Zarathian clans branded Tasha a traitor, her marriage a desecration of warrior purity. Assassins struck poisoned darts in crowded markets, rigged shuttles during travels. In one harrowing incident on Zorath Prime, a squad of elite hunters ambushed their home. Tasha fought with feral grace, her plasma blade a blur, while Adam shielded Matt, using wits to hack the attackers' comms and summon reinforcements. "We fight together," Adam gasped, bandaging a wound on Tasha's arm post-battle. "That's what love means, not just surviving, but thriving for each other." Tasha, eyes fierce yet tender, replied, "You make me stronger than any army." Matt's emergence intensified the storm. At age 10, he displayed prodigious talents, solving complex tactical simulations with human intuition, mediating disputes with empathy that disarmed even hardened negotiators. Prophets hailed him as a bridge builder, a symbol of unity. But fearmongers whispered of a hybrid overlord, his dual nature a threat to pureblood hierarchies. Saboteurs targeted him, a kidnapping attempt foiled when Matt's innate senses detected the intruders, alerting his parents of the Igsa convened emergency summits, debates raging in vaulted halls orbiting black holes. Empower humans, urged progressive factions, integrate their affection to stabilize the Empire. Warhawks countered, eradicate them before this love infects us all, turning conquest into compromise. Fleets mobilized, alliances fractured, Nebula clans siding with humans for potential emotional alliances, while core synthetics plotted preemptive strikes. Amid the chaos, Adam and Tasha remained anchors. In quiet moments, they strolled Earth's fields, Matt between them, discussing futures beyond war. "Our love started this," Adam mused one evening, stars twinkling above. "But it can end it too, by showing the galaxy that connection isn't weakness." Tasha nodded, her hand in his. "Together, we are unbreakable." Unbeknownst to them, their bond ignited the spark of the affection wars, a conflict that would ravage worlds, pitting emotion against empire, loyalty against logic. Heroes would rise, villains fall, all tracing back to a Kansas linguist and a Zarathian warrior who dared to love. In the end, the galaxy would learn, human affection wasn't just a trait, it was the ultimate weapon, capable of conquering hearts and stars alike.